Welcome to week 6, and we're heading into CSS. CSS, cascading style sheets, is the way we do presentation. You're probably getting sick of these bland-looking HTML-only pages, and you'll enjoy a lot of the power that CSS gives you. But CSS becomes a really enormous topic. There are many advanced classes you could take in CSS. It's doing so many things now, from animation to all kinds of database stuff and so on and so forth, that we won't be doing. In fact, there's much more in your textbook about CSS than we will be covering. I think if you have taking any more classes in web stuff, hang on to your textbook, because there's a lot of CSS stuff in there you might cover in some other classes in the future. So what's going on this week? Yes, CSS, and the readings. I suggest you review chapters 11 and 12, which is Introduction to CSS and CSS Text, and then chapter. Let me just check that to be sure. Chapter 11 and 12. Yes, Formatting Text is chapter 12. That will definitely apply to Resume 3 in particular. Chapter 13 is color. So, yes, and then first most immediately you'll deal with the pages. The color chapter has a lot of different things in it besides what you think of normally as color. It's a lot about other kinds of selectors and style sheets, external style sheets, and so on. That's what that first chunk is that I give you, those pages. Chapter 13, I would push that into the back and read it over the weekend, at the end of the week or something. But because what you need for sure most right now is to be really familiar with chapters 11 and 12, especially 12. And there's a quiz this week. I'm not going to give you any more instructions on it, except it's the normal stuff. You can see the quiz, and it's the normal kind of a schedule, and the Dropbox Tuesday and Wednesday. Again, handwritten as usual. There's not much else for other assignments to hand in this week, but there's a lot of information. It would be easy to skip over this stuff or not pay as much attention to it because there's not directly assignments related to it, but that would be a mistake, because I'm giving you through the weekend to work on Resume 3, and this stuff, especially the CSS text video, and the presentation that goes with it, and the presentations are in the folder, that it directly applies to the stuff you're going to work on in Resume 3. So Resume 3, I'll be going over that, Resume 3 stage. If you've gotten behind the resume at all, please jump on it and push it ahead and get Resume 3 in on time. It's actually not due this week, it's due on Monday. I've given you a little extra time with it. I don't know how long it'll take me to get the feedback to you, but you're doing two things at once, right? You are changing your Resume 2, which is the initial resume, into Resume 3, and working on CSS. And at the same time, you are adjusting to the changes and corrections, and probably a lot of additions that you're having to do as you move forward. So that's the week. A lot of information, a quiz, and a very important step in the resume. Any questions or problems, make sure to let me know.